Alright, what is going on, my dudes? So we are back here today with some Sauron info. Now, I'm really excited about this guy. I'm so stoked to break down what he can do and talk about him and then make some gameplay on him eventually. So I am currently moving into a new place, just so you guys know. So excuse the bad setup at the moment, bad lighting, boring background, possibly bad sound. I don't know. I don't have time to test it. Just got to get this out for you guys because I've already highlighted everything that we need to know, so it'd be a shame to waste it, right? So let's jump right in. Sauron. He's going to be a mutant champion. Sauron was once a hypotherapist named Carl Lycos, bitten as a child by a mutated pteranodon that bestowed him with both the ability to absorb a person's life force and the vampiric need to do so to sustain himself with it. Carl was once employed by Charles Xavier of the X-Men to counsel his students, but when he seized this opportunity to drain his fellow mutant having to save his life. This charged his own life force and satiated his thirst. Something unexpected happened. The mutant's life force triggered something deep within him, transforming into a humanoid Pteranodon, let's go with that. Claws, beak, wings, and all. Now he stalks the skies as the mighty Sauron. So, mechanics. Sauron's playstyle is all about setting up the extinction of others through draining their life force. He wants to strike into the opponent to get extra hit damage and ramp up prowess to make special attacks stronger. Once he has hit various thresholds of prowess, he can become unblockable or bleed the opponent. If he wants some extra damage, convert prowess into a fury, then let the claws loose. He has heavy sustainability through the multiple avenues of regen in his kit, but also can apply degen to the opponent through his extinction mode. His abilities are all passive, so good luck nullifying them or purifying away his damage over time effects. As a mutant champ, they are all about making special attacks super duper crazy strong. He has no exception to that. Whether using a special 1 for on-hit regen or a special 2 for bigger extra hit damage, you can decide when you need it. Oh yeah, he doesn't like you messing with his abilities, so he will punish your ability accuracy reduction. Alright, so first of all, his character model is so freaking cool, dude. Like, I really think he looks awesome. But let's talk about his abilities, alright? Always active. Immune to all power steal, that's nice. All poison, that's awesome. And Sauron's regen rate cannot be decreased or increased by outside sources. Take minus 95% less damage from bleed effects and gain plus 25% critical resistance while bleeding. When Sauron is struck, 30% chance to gain a regen passive, healing 10% of the damage taken per personal prowess passive effect he has. Light attacks have 35% chance to deal 50% of the damage dealt as a burst of physical damage. This ability can also trigger through the block. So, developers note, as you can see, he will have 2 core ways to trigger prowess gain on chance-based abilities. If they are affected by ability accuracy reduction, you will gain more prowess. Seek out those who bleed you, and you can already start to see what masteries he does well with. So, obviously, I'm pretty high on this guy because he looks like an absolute king with the suicide masteries. Pretty excited for that. But anyway, let's talk about his prowess. Each time one of Sauron's abilities fails to trigger due to chance, gain a 10% prowess passive. Gain an additional 2 prowess passives if Sauron's ability fails due to ability accuracy modification. So at 7 prowess passives, dash attacks, heavy attacks, and special attacks grant an unblockable passive for 4 seconds. This unblockable passive has a 10-second cooldown unless Sauron's ability accuracy is being modified or is affected by a degen. 10 prowess passive, dashing attacks inflict a bleed passive, dealing 2,000 damage over 4 seconds. This ability can also trigger through block. Landing the first hit of a heavy attack will consume 3 prowess passives and gain a fury passive, granting plus 1,376 attack rating for 4 seconds. Developers note, having multiple ways for an ability to fail will help Sauron help him gain prowess fast. Seek out champions that reduce ability accuracy reduction to capitalize on this even better. Unblockable Bleed and Fury can get all 3 lined up for big damage. Lots of weird grammar in this. Sorry, guys. Can get all 3 lined up for big damage. If you drop a heavy into the opponent, followed by multiple light attacks, Sauron can get back to 10 prowess before the Fury wears off, so you can have it going into a special attack. So, lots of cool stuff here. So it kind of looks like you want to go for like lots of light attacks, right? And you build the prowess that way, and then go for a heavy attack, get the fury, and then go for, light attacks right away to go for a special attack. And that leads us right into the special attacks here. All prowess passes are removed at the end of the special attacks, and on activation, pause the degen passive from extinction mode for 8 seconds. Developers note, pay attention to the extinction mode degen because it really helps your overall kit strength survivability. It is all about the timing, and you can actually pause it with back-to-back specials if you can align the power. Extinction Mode, here it is. While at 10 prowess passive, when you hit the opponent, inflict a degen passive, dealing 1100 direct damage over 5 seconds, increase physical burst potency by 50%, and the ability accuracy passive for personal abilities by 100%. If the degen passive from Extinction Mode expires, remove all prowess passives. Developer's note, lengthening the duration of Extinction Mode will just make everything else even more awesome. It's a short duration, so take advantage of it when it's up. Remember, when you're in Extinction Mode, get those light attack hits in. It is a 100% chance to hit with extra attacks. So, it looks like if you get to 10, you'll activate Extinction Mode, right? And you put the degen passive on, and then you go for the heavy attack, get a Fury, go for some more light attacks, get back to 10 prowess, go for a special attack, right? And you pause the degen. So yeah, it looks like a simple, straightforward champion who has the potential to do some big damage, man. I like it. So special 1. After the special ends, for each physical burst hit dealt to the opponent, heal for 25% of the damage dealt for 10 seconds. Not too bad, especially good for some healing. Seething Claw, special 2. After this special ends, increase the potency of all personal burst physical damage by 100% for 10 seconds. That's a decent bit. So need some big damage, pop the SP2, then run into the opponent to get the extra on-hit damage procs. Special 3. After this special attack ends, inflict a degen passive, dealing plus 688.25 direct damage over 5 seconds, per personal passive effect that has expired on Sauron or on the opponent, capped at 30, reset at special 3 activation. Since all of his abilities are passives, you will get to the cap by running through the usual loop, but it's up to you how many times you want to run the special 3. So, I feel like we don't really need the special 3, however, it seems like it could be a pretty decent degen if you get to 30, right? So yeah, I mean, in longer fights, maybe it could be decent. Alright, the Sig ability. Increase personal prowess potency by a flat 10%. That's nice. That's nice to have. After the start of the fight, if the opponent attempts to inflict a bleed or incinerate effect while a degen passive is active, inflict the opponent with a passive version of that effect, dealing 8,259 damage over 2 seconds. That's not bad. Dev note, seek out those who bleed or incinerate you and time your window with Extinction Mode degen, and when you are hit with these debuffs, apply your own back in a passive version. I like it. I like that Sig. It's pretty cool. So, he has some really good synergies too, man. So right here, I highlighted all like the really good ones, I think. So for Sauron, right, with Airwalker, Vulture, and Annihilus, when landing a dash attack, the bleed damage inflicted now does 100% more damage, and the duration increases by 20%. That's really good. Airwalker, this is so good for him. Armor breaks from specials now reduce armor rating by plus 30% for 11 seconds. That's going to go a long way increasing his damage. Vulture, Exhaust Burn only costs 5 core charges. That's nice. And the Incinerate debuff now does an additional 20% attack rating. That's, that's fine. Annihilus, Cycle duration is increased by 4 seconds and reduces offensive combat power rate by an additional 15%. So that's a nice way to make Annihilus a little bit more usable, I think. So Leeching Thy Friend with Havoc. Sauron gains upon getting 1 bar of power, gain an armor up passive for 6 seconds. So that could potentially be decent. I feel like it should just be an armor up buff, since, armor up buffs counter Havoc. But I don't know. Who knows, man? Havoc, upon consuming 1 power bar, gain a 20% prowess passive for 6 seconds. That could definitely be nice for Havoc. A little bit Feral with Beast Sasquatch. Sauron, Beast, and Sasquatch, all synergy members gain 15% attack rating for being under 50% health and an extra 25% attack rating for being under 20% health. That's not bad. Sauron, while under 20% health, also gain 20% crit damage. Not bad. This is so useless. Watch this. Beast, while under 20% health, also gain 20% crit resist. Awesome. There's that beast buff we've been looking for, guys. Sasquatch, while under 20% health, also gain 20% combat power rate. That's really good for Sasquatch. So, no more patience with Doctor Strange and Mr. Sinister. All these guys, they gain a 2% regen passive whenever the opponent heals. This goes on cooldown for 5 seconds, and once this has been triggered 4 times, inflict a heal block passive for 12 seconds. That is actually pretty nice. Now, I'm not sure if that regen passive nullifies their regen or stops their regen. If it does, it's going to be really, really good. But yeah. So got some strengths over here, punishing, ability, accuracy, manipulation. That's great. Quick prowess gain, that's awesome. All specials can be unblockable, that's awesome. Multiple avenues of regen, that's awesome. So yeah, man, this guy is looking pretty good. He's not looking like the most OP broken best champ in the game, especially in the mutant class, but he's looking like a solid, straightforward damage dealer who looks sustainable, has some regen, super suicide friendly. So yeah, I'm just definitely excited to test this guy out, man. He looks like a lot of fun, plus his character, animations, and model is just so cool. But that's gonna be it for this one. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop your boy a big ol' like. Comment what you think about Sauron in the comment section below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any Sauron gameplay coming to you very soon. I'll be seeing you around.